Hello students, in this lecture we are going to continue with the previous lecture, that is standards used for EMI and EMC. So these are some typical standards given for the measurement of and removal of EMI and EMC, ISO and OSI standards, IP standards, NEMA standards, CE, UL and IEC. Out of that, first five we have seen. We will go to the last one, IEC standard. Okay. So IEC stands for International Electrotechnical Commission. IEC stands for International Electrotechnical Commission. Okay. It is used for all the electronic, electrical and related to that, whatever the technologies we are having, related to that, these standards are defined. These are called as International Electrotechnical Commission. Okay. It includes vast areas in which these standards are defined. First related to the power generation or related to the high power circuits, power generation, power transmission and power distribution. For all these three types, what should be the standard for designing different products? For that, IEC standards are given. Next is the home appliances, different home appliances, office equipment, electrical components, semiconductors, fiber optics, nanotechnology, marine engineering, batteries, medical services, IT equipment and solar energy. For these various areas, IEC standards are used. So let us go through some typical IEC standard. First one is 6100042. This is used for ESD, electrostatic discharge. ESD is nothing but electrostatic discharge. It is related to the equipment, systems or subsystems and peripherals which are involved in static electricity discharges owing to environmental and installation conditions. So wherever in the systems the electrical discharges are present there, what should be the strength of those discharges will be there? That is defined by these standard 6100042 standard. Then the second one is 6100043 standard. This is used for related to the radiated EMI. So here for electronic equipment that may be affected by the electromagnetic radiation, there are different sources of radiation like cell phones, motors, switches, radio receivers, welders, thyristors, fluorescent lights, operative inductive loads, etc. So for all these equipments or all these types of the products, there are different radiated EMIs are present. For that, this standard is used. Then 4.4. This is used for fast transients. Repetitive fast transient test is conducted under this IEC standard, and the parameters observed are rise time, repetition rate, and low energy of transients. Then the next is 61045. This is used for surges of transients. It is used to measure the ability of the equipment to withstand transients. There are two typical types of the transients. One are switching transients and second are lightning transients. For the measurement of the ability of the equipment to withstand the transients, these standards are given there. Next, conducted EMI. This is standard number 61046. Okay, this is used for conducted EMI, and this standard is actually used for the equipment which are exposed to a source of disturbance like electric and magnetic field. Okay, so for that standard 4.6 is used. Next one is a 4.8. It's a magnetic field. This test is conducted to check immunity of the equipment when subjected to power frequency magnetic fields related to the specific location and installation condition of the equipment. So we can see that related to the electrostatic discharge, radiated EMI, fast transients, surge of transients, conducted EMI, magnetic field, and last one is for voltage dips. These standards are defined. How much should be the quantity of these things, that is given by these IEC standards. So the last one is 411, 61,411. This is used for voltage drip. So what is a voltage drip? During the power supply working, what happens is our MSCB power supply, there is a voltage 230 volt AC is given there, but there are some voltage dips are present there. Means sometimes this 230 volt is decreased to a certain level, that is called as a voltage dip. Then there are short interruptions or voltage variations of the power supply. Means sometimes that 230 volt is not available through the main supply. Okay, there are different reasons why these are occurring there. The voltage dips are occurring. So that may be the reason for voltage dips is the faults in the network, the faults in the installation, or by sudden large change of load. Because of these different reasons, voltage dips may occur. Okay, so what this test does, it checks the ability of the equipment or the product to withstand voltage variations due to continuously discharging loads connected to the network. You might have seen that many times whenever there is a low power supply there, low voltage is present there in the MSCB supply, still your fridge is perfectly working, because that is immune or that can withstand the voltage variations there. Might be your other appliances will not work, but your fridge may work. So that is a good equipment or good home appliance which is working according to this standard. Okay. Then there is another category in the IEC, that is IEC safety standards. These are also called as CAT standards. So we will go through some CAT standards. There are total 4 categories of the CAT standards. These are measurement standards 1, 2, 3 and 4. So measurement standard 1. So what is the measurement standard 1 or CAT 1? It is used for the measurement of voltages from specially protected secondary circuits. Okay, for example, and what it does, it actually gives you the signal levels, limited energy parts of the equipment, circuits powered by regulated low voltage sources and electronics. So for such circuits, this standard CAT standard or measurement standard 1 is actually giving you the what are the signal levels for such small circuits. What should be the tolerated signal levels for such circuits? This is specified by IEC standard measurement, that's a measurement standard 1 or CAT 1 standard. Similarly, CAT 2 standard or measurement standard 2 is used for the measurement to be performed on household appliances or portable tools or similar modules like this. For the measurement of these appliances, standard 2 is used. Then standard 3. Standard 3 is actually used for the measurement to be performed on hard-wired equipment in fixed installations, distribution boards and circuit breakers. So for typically these related to the equipment related to these things like installation, distribution boards and circuit breakers, measurement standard 3 is given. The last one is measurement standard 4 for measurement to be performed on primary or overcurrent protection devices, and for ripple control units, measurement standard 4 is used. It is actually giving you the norms, how much levels you can have there, like some voltage level, some current level, tolerable voltage level or tolerable current level is given by these safety standards. These are also called as a CAT standard. So this completes all the standards there. There is a one more standard used there, and that is ANSI standard. So you can study ANSI standard by yourself. So students, this completes all the standards which are related to the EMI and EMC. So we will stop the lecture here. Thank you one and all.